Hello, I'm DJ Chucky and we are in the mix. Today we have a beautiful guest. She's Kimberly Orozco from Brisas Empanadas family because it's a dynasty. Tú bebiste, estoy aprendiendo. Kimberly, ¿cómo estás? Gracias por estar con nosotros aquí en In the Mix.
Thank you so much for having me. Happy to be here.
How you feeling?
I'm excited to share a little bit of my story, a little bit of my family story, and spread some excitement.
We were talking before about the whole Brisas story, and I was asking you, when you were little, do you know what your dad was doing, like creating this empire, or you weren't aware of that? Because they have to work a lot. Yeah. I mean, we're gonna get into all the things that you have, but were you aware when you were a kid, like a little kid?
I was aware. Brisas, I'm 22 years old. Brisas is 26.
Okay.
So I was born into it. My parents met there, and I was born a little bit later on. And Brisas, I was telling you, it's the favorite child of my siblings. Brisas Bakery, restaurant, factory,
right.
Favorite child.
Your older sister, in a way.
Yes. My older sister, that's nice. It is a female.
Somebody told me that Brisas Empanada is the official empanada of what?
Of the New York Red Bulls.
No way.
Yeah. The New York Red Bulls Stadium. This was about a few years back, about 2020, 2019, right before COVID hit. We became the official empanada. We have the recognition of being the ¡1 Colombian style corn shell empanada. And then we hit the Red Bull Stadium. And now when you go watch a soccer game, watch your favorite team, or any other event that they host, you will see the concession stand. And it says Brisas, empanadas, corned beef, chicken, and vegetable.
It's official.
Official empanada.
Wow.
That's how it started.
Tell me a little bit about the story, how it became to be what it is today. From the beginning, I know that you probably lived some of it, but I want to hear from you so people understand like the journey that we sometimes have to take for our dreams. So how's the story of Brisas? Brisas
began with my dad. And really it began with his heart that was formed in his house, right? It's about the essence. Right. It goes back down to the roots. And it started when my dad had a dream, and he's a Colombian. He came here as an immigrant, like both of my parents. And he came with his mom, and he had a dream of working and bringing all his family, which later on he could achieve.
And your mom's name?
My mother's Paola.
Es Alberto y Paola.
Albeiro y Paola.
Albeiro y Paola.
Sí.
Esos son, con tu padre, right?
Sí.
Ellos empezaron, tú dices que se conocieron mientras estaban haciendo esto. So continue.
Yeah. Yes. So then my dad came. He came in 89. Struggled. You know how it is. Like you come here, and my dad especially comes from very poor roots. He has 6 siblings. He didn't get to study. He didn't even get to pass 5th grade, no high school, nothing, because he had to work.
Right.
His dad passed away, no shoes. He came here con nada,
Sí, pelao.
But with a big heart. My dad tells me all the time, like, Kimi, even when I had nothing, we always said we were rich. Right. Because we had it here. Even when we had no food, or we didn't know how long we could, sustain for, we fed others when they were hungry. It didn't matter.
When he got here in 89, where did he live?
He lived in Elizabeth.
Oh, okay. So he's been here for a while.
He's been here for 35 years.
Yeah, they were telling me that he's passionate about Elizabeth, and I was like, you have to meet this guy so you can see what he's like. Is he really like that passionate about it?
Oh my goodness. My dad is like a character, like a cartoon character for me, because he speaks Spanish. But when you come to him, he'll connect with you. You could be French, English, any language you need to speak. Right. He's gonna try, because he uses his hands and his expression, and he shows you, and he does this, He makes you feel it. He tells you stories, and you feel like you're there in the moment.
So he got here 89.
He got here 89.
Yeah.
And it was a lot. He did truck driving, because in Colombia he drove buses.
Yeah.
He washed dishes. He started as a dishwasher.
All the
everything,
jobs.
Construction. Especially in construction, he hurt his back, and he thought, I can't do this anymore. I need to get out of here. But no, he was like, no. I need to bring my mom. I need to bring my brothers. I need to bring
keep
everybody.
pushing. You need to keep pushing. Yeah.
And because of the community, my dad was able to connect, and people wanted to keep going together. My dad said, I became the bus boy, and I told myself, you be the best bus boy. I have to mop the floor. I'm gonna win an award for mopping the floor.
Immaculate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you see that.
That's a good mentality to have. Like, I know that if he had that mentality, that probably you learn a lot from that on your own life. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And it's very true too, because it's one thing to say it,
right,
and then one thing for everyone to see it. Because he is in his, little late 60s now, and he's still going at it a lot. And then eventually I was even telling Porf that he met a lot of our community. Mm-hmm. There's Steve from City Tavern who started it, and he worked in City Tavern.
Okay.
And then he said, I learned the kitchen. That's when my passion was always the kitchen. I made empanadas with my mom, my grandma in Colombia, but in City Tavern, I learned the kitchen, and one thing led to another. Somebody said, Albeiro, I want you to have this building. And the building is where our first little bakery started. My dad said, I didn't have anything. I didn't have plates, no dishes, no utensils, so I brought mine. And we opened the doors, and with my mom, from the house. Everything, his pans, everything's from the house.
He had a clear vision of everything
from the house, and that's how Brisas began. With some of my tias, grandma, dad, whoever he started bringing.
Right.
And it really was like el puente, the bridge.
So his personality, that he was so approachable, and he started making friends and being the best at what he did, even if it was washing dishes, like brought him to this point where he already knew what was the next step. He saw a hole that there was no empanadas. Like what's happening here? Let's bring it. And then he started like that. Oh my God, so inspiring.
Thank you.
Continue.
It is very inspiring.
Yes.
He said to me, and whenever you go, because I know you're gonna visit us. I know you know about the Red Bull empanada.
We got it.
You've tried some here. You see in every corner of the restaurant that has grown from bakery to expanding to restaurant and is now wholesale. Mm-hmm. We never lose the foundation, because if you forget about the family, if you forget about the people who helped you, and you forget about the community or anything, your building will fall. True. You need the pillars, and that's our base. And I learned that I saw his testimony, and I saw that I can't grow if I forget where I came from. True.
You cannot grow by yourself.
So now we are, as you said, the official empanada, because years ago, my family, my parents, they met in the bakery when my mom was also with the same dream. Like,
they could make a movie out of this.
They could.
They could make a movie. It's a nice story.
Actually, there's a book coming out, but
primicia. Okay, you heard it here first in the Mixx podcast.
But evolution, we grow. And I remember when we first started saying we want to keep going. And I was always in the mix, but I was like in the family,
Yeah.
I didn't just born and, think I'm joining the Brisas empire.
Yes.
All I see is like hardworking parents.
Right.
Yeah. And as a kid, it's a different story. Mm-hmm. That's where I come along in this new chapter. This new chapter is who's gonna lead, who's gonna continue.
Right.
Right. I have my parents, and we have a great team. I love my team.
Right.
We are about 60 people now, and then wholesale is now it's about who distributes for us and everything, but our local team, 60, without these foundations, it wouldn't be what it is.
Well, you're learning from your dad, so you need to keep it tight.
Exactly.
Now, I'm gonna get a little personal with you. When you were growing up, they were busy building these Brisas. Do you feel that they took more time for the business than to spend some time with you? Do you feel that for many years? How do you deal with that? If it was something like it.
So, and I know that there's a lot of people who could relate, right? I think that's very important. Always remembering you're not alone in this. Thinking why, when you're young, you don't think that. Mm-hmm. But I got to really put it into thought when I was older, when I got older a little bit.
Yeah.
Still very young.
Yes.
But they worked a lot. You know, they were starting the business and it was growing and they didn't know how to go. My dad didn't study. My mom was gonna be, when she was in Colombia, a lawyer. She came here and she wanted to keep studying. So I was taken care of by my grandma, by my older brother,
Right.
by anybody who could help. Because Elizabeth, especially the street that we are on, La Moris in Elizabeth, really, I have to give my dad credit. He wanted it to be built up. He didn't only care about Brisas. He owned Station House for a little bit.
Right.
And it's like a lounge bar food, very nice. But he never really wanted it. He wanted it to organize it, to sell somebody a dream.
Yeah, he wanted to
continue.
develop the area
Yeah.
with different businesses, so it wasn't just him, but it was like a flow of people coming in for different things and empanadas.
Yeah.
So that's genius.
That is genius. And of course, say I'm 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so on until even 18, I didn't understand because we moved to another town. And all I knew is my parents would go work. And I didn't even have a Latino community in my town.
Wow.
So it was very interesting. I said, what are they doing over here? What I didn't know is the community that they have here, right?
Yes.
And then my story is, when did I change my perspective and like, how did I come back here? Is I knew that they were doing something. And my dad instilled in me, work hard, you know, and love.
Yes.
Love and work. And I started working since I first could. Whenever I could legally work here in the United States,
Yes.
I got my birthday, I went into a Dunkin' Donuts on my birthday, and I always go. I love coffee. I'm Colombian, so
me too.
you know,
Yes.
coffee.
For sure.
And I said, it's my birthday, and they said, okay, come work for us.
Wow.
And I couldn't drive, so I could walk there. So I would walk there, make coffee, learn. I worked with a lot of different cultures, so I learned how to communicate, how to create community through barriers, right? And then COVID, and that's when I graduate. COVID, I graduate, and I'm encerrada, locked in. I said, is there gonna be community anymore?
What's gonna happen? We all were wondering the same thing.
And I actually decide I go to Tallahassee, Florida. Yeah, I go to Tallahassee, Florida to do my university. My brother is a graduate from FSU.
Okay.
He has a double major. My brother is an intelligent. I give him all the credit. He is, and he's part of our empire too, our dynasty God. There.
Yes, definitely.
He is another king
It's
empanada.
a family affair.
Yes. Yeah. So my brother saw the vision and he said, Kim, you know what? Like, I'm gonna keep working with these empanadas because he's already was in it. Come to this university. He's like a hardcore FSU, go Noles, he loves it. And I said, okay, like, he's a sales guy. So I said, okay, I'm going. And when I'm there, I'm thinking I don't want to do anything of empanadas.
Right.
I think that, you know, I don't want to do business.
Yeah, you want to do something else.
Yeah.
Your family's been like immersed in this business thing and you're like, feel like it's something else.
Exactly. I said, I don't want to do it. I'm going to do anything else. I'm going to go do nature, study environmental science. I don't know what I was thinking. I just didn't want to be like locked into my work.
Right.
And that's what I thought that was happening. And then my brother says, Kim, you know we're doing Red Bull. I said, I know, I helped you in high school. When I was in high school, I worked in the stands.
Right.
3 empanadas por 9. Todo. And then I said, dude, I came to Tallahassee, Florida. There's barely any Hispanics here. No one knows what an empanada is. And my brother says, I know you just want to get away from Brisas, and you're only a few months in, but Brisas is the official empanada of the FSU stadium.
Whoa.
And I said, what? Bueno, I need to work.
Yes.
So I'm here for you. As I start to work with my brother, I realize I just love this. I like sales because I like speaking and I like listening. And that's really the reason.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
all
really
you need.
And then now I'm telling people, have an empanada at a baseball game. And they said, what's an empanada? and I said, no. Okay, let's start with the pronunciation.
We gotta teach you how to do it properly.
Yeah. And I told them, and fast forward 1 year, we're the second top selling item after like the chicken finger.
Right.
We beat the hot dog, we beat the pretzels, we beat the mozzarella sticks, and we become the empanada is the hit.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, the empanada works. And speaking about my family and the beautiful parts of the Colombian culture, because here wasn't that, you know, somebody says Colombian.
You were the one that was supposed to bring that, and you didn't know it at the time. And you had this golden opportunity of bringing something so good from your culture to the mainstream.
Yeah.
And it happened finally.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then
So that's when you decided I'm in.
That's when I decided. I said it clicked. Everything's clicking. You know, I learned here. I saw something I wouldn't have experienced leaving my community from home.
Yes.
But now I see the vision. You know, my brother and my dad are so successful because they dream big and they do it.
Yes.
They dream big and they tell everybody, this is a thing, like this is happening.
Yes.
And they're working hard. So I said, you guys are another university. I need to learn from you. I'm still doing my school because I'm blessed, but I need to do full-time Brisas University.
Wow.
And I'm gonna learn as I go.
That's how you call it, Brisas University?
Yes. I pass by and they're like, are you studying? And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing a part-time over here at the university here, but my full-time is Brisas U. I learned engineering, I learned cooking, I learned sales.
Incredible.
Because we have the factory here in Elizabeth, on La Moris. We have the restaurant bakery, and then we have a huge empanada machine.
Wow.
And a huge pan de bono machine. And I need to know the ins and outs of everything.
The empanada boss. And that's just you now.
It used to be empanada king, and empanada princess is coming up.
Yeah. The queen of empanada. Oh my God. Señores, we are in the mix. I'm DJ Chucky, and this here is Kimberly Orozco from Brisas Empanadas, the dynasty, how I call it, because from those humble beginnings of, you know, introducing empanadas to the mainstream, I want you to tell me, where are you now? So the people could know that it's not a game anymore.
Thinking about.
Yeah, I want you to tell me where is the company now, and the things that you have been able to get.
The company now.
Uh-huh.
So we have evolved to the factory, right? The factory being just for our local friends. Like, we look at it like, let me help you out, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna sell you an empanada just so you don't have to, because our empanada machine that we have today, that we have for 4 years now, five years, it makes 62 empanadas in 1 minute. Yeah.
Wow.
And
that's a lot.
in one day, we make about from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m., 11, 12K.
You like printing empanadas?
Yes. But
what is this?
Yes, but no. Come on. We got high quality ink.
With the same high quality. Hey, let me just clarify.
Because even though it takes those 62
I mean, that's what you worked for, like creating a system where you could keep the consistency and the flavors and everything that we all love.
Because it's taken a long process. Like, you lose some, you gain some knowledge when you lose some. Right. And that's an investment, right? And it is what you need to do in this kind of industry, and in anything you want to do, you invest. So
you are the providers of Colombian empanadas to a lot of other businesses, right?
Yes,
is that what you're telling me?
Yes. So in local, New York, PA, New Jersey, we do distribution. We have the FDA, and we're working on USDA as well. And my brother, how I told you he got involved.
What's the name of your brother?
His name is David. David Orozco.
Tenemos a Beiro, David, Kimberly. I mean, not that en ese orden, but
no, it pretty much is. It pretty much is in that order too.
Yeah.
My brother, however, when I'm working, what I'm doing right now is Brisas Factory, right? My brother wanted to do Brisas Factory, but my brother had the idea quick, and my dad said, son, I see your vision, right? But we don't know how to build a factory yet. We need time. My brother said, I know a guy. So my brother moves to Miami and creates a new recipe. So my brother has Brisas Empanadas LLC, where he makes a new branch of Brisas Empanadas, which are like the Dominican, the Puerto Rican, the flour shell.
Right.
which is the best entryway in the United States because it's very familiar.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the corn shell is like new.
Right.
But that's how we got in. So now my brother has Brisas empanadas in 30 states in the US.
Sí.
All growing from Elizabeth to 30 different states where we have K through 12 schools, we have hospitals, we have stadiums, we have franchises, and going into some new branches as well in the whole South.
Whoa, and you also have like Brisas Empanadas, exclusive places to sell empanadas, ¿verdad?
So that's what's the future.
Right.
Right? Now that I'm involved, I'm sticking by my dad. Like I told you, I'm in a university, and who are my parents? The highest professors I have. They are my main maestros.
Mm-hmm.
I need to stick by them because you never know. First of all, they're my family, and I love them. And thankfully, I know them. So I'm like, my brother's like, good luck. And I'm like, I'm the daughter. I'm the princess. Like, I don't bark back that much. and the goal for me is grow our factory. That's what we're doing. That's actually how Brisas is right now.
Yeah.
If everything goes into how we are in the process of
Planning, yeah.
our factory is going to expand already. We already have the property. We already have the machines. We even sell some machines. They're all from Colombia, all the machines.
Okay.
And it's sell my grandma's recipe empanadas. And hopefully you see Brisas here, there, and you say, what's Brisas? Es un encanto, right?
Sí.
It's like the Disney movie Encanto. You get our empanadas, you get the beautifulness of Colombia, which is we put the music, we have the colors, you have a cholao, una ensalada de frutas, and we have pan de bono. That's what, and I'm gonna mention you one more thing.
Uh-huh.
We have my baby. So I'm young, but my baby was born before, right when I was born too. We have helados Kimberly.
Oh.
Helados Kimberly was my grandma's recipe.
Yes.
When I was born, I worked with her. So even though I went out to my school far away, I came back, and I know that you spoke to Eddie G.
Yes.
Eddie G had some festivals here in Elizabeth, right? He had these Colombian festivals.
Yeah, he told me about it.
It flooded Elizabeth. Like La Moris, right where Brisas, we were like, oh my God, where are we in?
What's happening?
It was a
We're in
tsunami
Colombia,
of Colombians.
estamos en Medellín.
And Eddie G is DJing over there. And I'm in this little like festival. It looks like a balcony. And I'm like 12. Eddie's DJing and I'm saying, helados Kimberly. Who wants helados Kimberly? And I'm getting my helados and I'm selling them.
Wow.
At 12.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah. So that's also a big project I have. That's my project is keep going with the factory, pop-ups, Brisas Express everywhere.
Yes.
And helados Kimberly.
Wow.
That's where we are to this day.
Whoa, we wish you the best of luck. I mean, we have some. I'm gonna try them.
Yes.
And
You need to try them.
Everybody's saying that they are delicious.
Yeah.
And I want to try the helados Kimberly.
Helados Kimberly.
Cuando salgan, porque no están todavía a la venta. ¿verdad?
Oh, we have them.
Oh, you do?
We just don't have them they're not in machine yet. They're very casero.
Okay.
Even though our empanadas are made, like it takes 2 or 3 days to make it because we get the maíz. We do everything from zero, but it's fast. And helados are still, we have the recipe, we make it. I have like my tia there, it's all homemade, but we have coco. We have bocadillo con queso.
Wow.
Typical mangoiche.
Sí.
It's like mango, salt, lime ice cream, arequipe, borojo, chontaduro, mora, blackberry, maracuja. We have 20 different flavors.
Wow,
Yeah.
you already have the plan.
Yeah.
¿Y hablas español también?
Y hablo español.
¿Cómo va a ser? Háblame un poquito
Sí,
porque...
claro.
¿Cuándo decidiste hablar inglés?
¿Cómo?
O sea, ¿cuál es? Explícame, porque
Oh my God.
el acento colombiano es muy bonito, pero...
Sí, sí.
¿Cuál tú aprendiste más a hablar? ¿Hablas más español o más inglés?
Bueno, yo nací y mis papás eran español.
Ajá.
Después me metieron en el colegio. Yo nací aquí y el colegio fue inglés y me moví para un pueblo muy americano.
Right.
Pero como Brisas de verdad está en nuestro corazón y Brisas es un hogar. No es un restaurante, es una casa. La gente que llega ahí, cualquier inmigrante, yo he aprendido de esa casa. Todo el mundo se forma ahí y yo he aprendido por mis papás, por el corazón y todo lo que yo tengo allí para mi cultura. Yo digo que yo nací acá, pero la cultura siempre la voy a llevar. Y ahí
True.
tengo mi españolcito.
There you have it. There you have it. In the mix, we have today Kimberly Orozco from Brisas Empanada, the whole dynasty family empire. How can people find more about you and the empanadas and all the other things that you're coming up with, and where can they get you?
I'm gonna first give you a taste of this.
Oh my God!
This is
look
our
at
mini
this.
empanada, mini.
They look so beautiful.
They all come out like this. Come
They're
on.
cute.
Yes, that's
Look
a
at
mini
that.
chicken empanada.
Right.
And we have encanto, which is sweet plantain cheese. Yeah.
Oh my
Corn
God.
shell, gluten-free, dairy-free, because corn is just amazing.
This is great.
That's chicken. And we have our salsa. I wish next time I bring you my salsa. Picante, salsa verde, pink sauce.
This is so good.
It is, oh, thank you. We have so many, like 12 different flavors.
So, where can people find you?
Okay, so where you could find us, where I would recommend to start, everything now, social media, right? Brisas, BRISAS .Morris. That's the street we're on. MORRIS. And you can find our link to our website there. You can find our first little franchise there. You can find our different locations and just see on our Instagram where we are in the world, and really you'll see just on our page who we are and why we are.
That's great.
Yeah.
Kimberly, it's been a pleasure talking to you. We got to do a part 2 so you could keep telling me
You'll
about
see
what's
me when
coming.
I'm
Of course.
all up
You gotta
and
do it.
grown.
Catch up. Thank you for being here. You're now in the mix.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank
Oh
you for
my
having me.
God, I want to get another one.
Yeah, you need it. Let's go.